Hello. Today I'm going to tell you a story. Many years ago, when I started giving massage, um, I used to receive informations to pass to my clients. And at first, I wouldn't trust, I wouldn't believe, I would think, oh, this is my imagination. And then one day I decided to start giving a chance and passing those informations, and people were very grateful because it was on the point. And then years later, I learned how to facilitate reconnective healing, and I started working with reconnective healing. Um, so I used to ask myself, uh, who gives me these information? This is probably my guides, but who are my guides? Where are they? I would like to know my guides. And then when I started doing facilitating reconnective healing, one of my first clients was a woman who was a medium, and when I was providing the healing after, she described this being that was in the room with me helping the process. And she said that he was explaining me what he was doing, but I could not hear. And she said, I could see that you couldn't hear what he was explaining. And she described this being that he has kind of human form, but is much taller, much slimmer, long white hair, and very kind. And as soon as she described, I could see that he is someone that I knew from my dreams, because years before that, I had this particular dream, um, that where this man was talking to me, and I knew it was something important, but in the morning I couldn't remember a word. But I kept the image, and as soon as she described, I could see it was the same being, the same man. So then I was happy. Okay, I know now. I knew it, and I didn't know it was one of my guides, but now I know this is one of my guides. But I always heard that people have more than one. So who are the others? Where are they? So I shot this question to the universe, and a few days later, on the beach, I had as a client a big man. I used to work on a bed that was 2 meters long, and it didn't fit on that bed. It was um, bigger than that, and he was a big man, bright blue eyes, a blue that amazing blue. I've never seen eyes like that. And so he asked me for a half an hour massage, and I did my best, and it was really strong because he was a big guy. And in the end, he said, I appreciate your work. I know you worked hard, because to do my back and shoulders in half an hour, it's not easy. Um, and I must tell you something, because all the time you were working, there was this woman next to me. I don't know if you believe in this, but it was a tiny woman, tiny old woman, but she insisted that I had to tell you that she's always with you when you are working. And she gave me her name, but I could not understand, because this man was English, and he said it's not an English name, so I couldn't get it. She tried several times, but I couldn't get exactly the name. But she said the most important is to tell you that she's always with you when you are working. So I said thank you, and the man went away. I said, if you have any more information, please come back to me and give it to me. But he didn't come back. And then a few days later, there was this Danish woman, and she had a massage from me, and she said, oh, you have healing hands, and you should go to Arthur Findlay College in London, because all my life I've been doing things, courses, workshops, and that was the best place I've been. So I recommend that you go there. By the end of the summer, so I kept that in my mind. By the end of the summer, I decided to have a look online, and they have all year several courses, and one of them was managing energy flow. And once I was working with energies, and I was in my beginning, and I was not very sure what I was doing yet. I decided to choose that course. And I invited a friend, an English friend, to join me, and she did. And so Arthur Findlay College is a college where you stay for the whole time of the course, um, and you sleep there, you eat there. So the evening we arrive, we had bought some biscuits and water and some few things, and we went to drop that to the room. And when we came back to the dining room, it was full of people. There was only two places, one in one table and the other one the other side of the room in another table. And I said, Judy, I sit here and you sit there. And she said, yeah, we'll meet when we finish dinner. So I sat there. It was a big table, and I was talking to the people in front of me, and next to me on my left there was this man, and he was talking to the other girls. One of them was coming from Australia and the other one from New Zealand, and I was kind of listening to the conversation. And at a certain point, the guy faced to me and he asked, "And you, where are you coming from?" And I said, I'm coming from Portugal, from a little town in the south, Lagos. And he said, oh, yes, I know very well. I was there this summer. And I said, yes, you were, and you had a massage from me on the beach. So I said, oh, yes, you are, the massage on the beach. Oh, my God. Then we gave a big hug. And I told him, I figured who the woman was. Uh, she was an old woman that I met when I was 4 or 5 years old, and she used to sit on a chair, a rocking chair, in front of a window, and she was sewing all the time, and she used to ask me to put the line in the hole of the needle because she could not see. And he looked at me and he asked, are you sure? Because I see her knitting. And suddenly I realized, yes, that's what she used to do. She used to make these big pieces of, um, and to just in the end, she needed to sew it. And she used to ask me because she could not see. So it made sense. And then he said, yes, she used to sit in front of that window on a rocking chair. And he said, I can't remember now, but he said a few more details. and it all made sense with my memories of that woman. And I also knew her name because a few days after the guy left the beach, suddenly um, an image came up to my mind, and I immediately knew it was the image of that woman, but I couldn't remember the name. And a couple of days later, suddenly a name came up, and then I went to ask my mother, "Look, mom, that old woman, was her name Annika?" And my mother said, "Yes, yes, it was." So it was Annika. So then I said to Graham, and I remembered her name. So her name is Annika. And he said, "Oh, yes, I couldn't really figure that when she was telling me, but it's that, it's that." So it was very interesting. And then from another table, a couple finished dinner, and they approached and they asked, "Graham, did you know this lady already?" And Graham replied, "Yeah, imagine that I had a massage from her on the beach, and I gave her this information from this spirit that was next to me," and so on. And the man said, "Yeah, I was telling my wife that there was an empty space next to you, but she said, no, it's not empty. It's reserved for someone special that is supposed to sit there." So I thought, well, something special is going to happen here. In fact, Graham was in a different course. We used to see each other at lunch and dinner time, but nothing else. And then I decided to have a consultation with one of the teachers that was a highly spiritual medium. And when I sat in front of her, she said, "Look, there's nothing in this college for you." What? And then she said, "Don't get me wrong. You are very welcome anytime you want to join us. But in fact, this college is for mediumship, and you are not into mediumship. You are into healing. And I can see that you have already three medium doctors working with you, and soon you will have many more." I said, "Okay." So I heard about the guy that I saw in my dreams. And then I heard about Annika, and now she says I have three already. So there is another one, which I never knew the name or who was. But I trust. I trust they are always with me, and they help me in my process. They help me in my work. And I'm here to help you with their help. I hope you enjoyed the story. Thank you.